YouTube, it's Louis here. I hope you're well. We're finally taking a look at Elrond again. It looks like the last time we made an update, we had already confirmed this bullish cross as support, basically meaning that yes, this is a confirmed uptrend on the daily time frame. Following this, we have higher lows, amazing, and a higher high. So going forward, we need to break this. So we were essentially saying on the channel that we were going to get pulled towards this like a magnet. This is the only thing stopping us right now. But you can see once this is lost, or once we've broken out of this, we want to see a daily close above this wick over here, this wick of $59. So let's just say 60. If we see a daily close above $60, this is our go signal that we're going to see this at least 10% increase in price. Okay, 10% increase in price. If you wanted to take this trade, then your stop loss would have to be below this low. So it's, yeah, well, you could even put it below here, but it's not the best risk to reward. I'm not personally taking this trade up to here, but if you're already invested into Elrond, well done, because you'll just get this gain regardless of the trade. However, once we are above this, we need to see a daily close. So maybe something like this is going to happen. Once we see a daily close above this red line, $67, that's the go signal. What is our specific target? Our specific target is 61% higher than the break, from $67 to $108. I think there'll be some key resistance at the psychological level of 100. So if this was a area that you'd like to take profits, that's where I look to. Around $100. What's that? About 68% gain from current. Well, I think it was from current price. Let me just do that again quickly. Sorry. Yeah, 68% gain from current price. So this is the only thing standing in our way. What's interesting is I'm seeing an inverse head and shoulders over here, a much smaller one. So shoulder, head, and a shoulder. This might get a little bit clearer if I actually turn the chart upside down. A lot is going to get clearer now I've turned the chart upside down. So although we're seeing this head and shoulders over here, shoulder, head, shoulder, we actually have a target to the downside. Once we clear this gold box, you can see as soon as we close below above $60, you have a quick target at 78. So this target of this head and shoulders is going to validate this larger W pattern. I know it's very confusing because it's upside down now, but essentially once we break above this, your target is there, $78. Right now it's where the 200 EMA is. By the time we get up there, the 200 EMA will be lower, so it won't be in the exact same spot. As every day goes by, this moving average moves. Obviously, it's a moving average, so every day this will move, and it takes the last 200 days into account. So it's a very strong trend indicator. Yes, it looks like we're heading towards it, but technically, if you're below this, it's not very positive. I'll show you where we first went under it. You see, when we first went under it, that is when we saw these lower lows. So we're climbing back up to it. We need to get above it. Whenever we're above them, can you see when we got above it right here? We have this uptrend where we're making higher highs. We're taking out the previous all-time high, making a new all-time high until you eventually lose that. We could have continued. If you've been watching the channel since back in December, I was actually telling you guys that at all costs, Elrond can't lose this level of $220. This is the bull market level, essentially, because this is where you found support on the previous all-time high to head to a new one. So going forward, if you want to continue and break this, you need to hold that very level over here, the previous all-time high support. Essentially, swing highs and swing lows. So in an uptrend, you have a higher high and a higher low and a higher high. Not every time, but a lot of the time, when you make a new swing high, you fall back to the old swing high as a new swing low, or as support, and then you go ahead and continue your uptrend, making a higher high, and then basically the same thing, essentially, over and over again. You don't always get those exact touches, but in this case, you had this high, you made your higher high, you're meant to hold this as support to continue, but again, the 200 EMA eventually failed, and because we're under it now, you should see lower lows and lower highs, and that's exactly what we saw. So although we have these targets now to the 200 EMA, we really do need to see the close above it confirmed as support. By the time we get up to the 200 EMA, it's going to drag down a bit. Price needs to go up, we're going to dip, and so on, and this is going to drag down. Once we're above it and you can confirm it as support, that's when we actually start this bull market for Elrond on the daily and on the weekly time frames. But yeah, so This, let's just get this specific target correct. There we go. For the inverse head and shoulders pattern, we've got a target of $78. Now I'm going to flip the chart upside down because this is very important. If you are enjoying the video so far, then please do smash the like button. Let's try and hit 75 likes on this video, but also do share it if you can over on Twitter. If you're not following me already, do so, because I also have a 50% off discount on my course at the moment until the end of the year. My information for the Twitter is down below in the link in the description, but it's also just Louis_crypto if you want to type it in. The loss of this head and shoulders pattern will take us to the neckline of this larger W, but now I flip the chart, it's much clearer. You've got a massive top over here, and you've come down, you've formed a neckline right here, and you've got your second top over here. So basically a double top. It looks much clearer now. We've actually turned the chart upside down, doesn't it? It looks like this is such a clear failure to break the high, isn't it? So clearly that is not higher highs, that is not an uptrend. So if it's not an uptrend, it's going sideways or about to go into a downtrend. Okay, how do we go into this downtrend? Lose this, and you've got this downtrend. Flip the chart back the way it was, and you understand that it's an uptrend that we're trying to form. We're trying to break this downtrend into an uptrend. If this was a downtrend, we would have gone lower than this low. We did not see that. We've created this higher low, and we're trying to attack the higher, make a higher high, form this larger double bottom on the higher time frames, on the weekly time frames. This is also an inverse head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, and shoulder. So not only do we have this smaller inverse head and shoulders here, we've got this larger one, and that has a specific target from the low to the neckline. Wherever we broke out right there, you have a $115 technical target running back into this previous low over here for Elrond. Okay, yeah, there's some key resistance in this zone over here, just like that. Going forward, there's going to be some resistance. Yeah, we can even drag this down to 100. So it's about a $15 range, $10 to $15 range over here of resistance going forward, where we have multiple technical targets signaling, okay, this is your target. When we usually meet targets, usually form a pattern in the opposite direction. And with this being your neckline and some support in the past, you could essentially say that in the future, going forward, whenever we do meet these targets, it's expected that we do have this massive dump, potentially all the way back down to this old neckline. Why? Because we were once holding this area of support, and when we flipped it into resistance, you dumped and spiked here before spiking back up there. So that is your trading range, you can see. So if we ever reclaim this trading range, you're going to go to the top of the trading range that is signaled by our technical target, as well as this resistance over here. And then of course, because it is a resistance and because this is your target, you're not expected to just fly beyond it. When you meet a pattern's target, you usually form a pattern in the opposite direction, which would bring us back down into this support, and that needs to hold going forward to keep Elrond bullish. Okay, so that's pretty much it for Elrond. Let's help this channel grow to 5k subscribers, as over 50% of you watching are not actually subscribed. Do try to share the videos over on Twitter if you can, and yeah, I do appreciate all the support for the algorithm, as liking, commenting, and subscribing. Turn the notification bell on so you're also aware when I do post. Thank you. I'll catch you in the next one, and as always, peace.